Hey everybody, well, I'm working on the kitchen again, so doing that messy job of attempting a bit of DIY plastering. It's not looking too bad. Ooh. So, and flatten this off a little bit more, I'll just give it a little bit of a run over. So this is the second coat on this. Don't know how well this shows up on the camera, but it's I'm just letting it firm up a little bit and I should be able to smooth some of these bumps out. So it's not looking like it's going to be too bad actually. By the time I run the trail over that a few more times, that'll be quite a nice job. I had to do a little box section to hide where the banister posts come through the ceiling. So I just made that up with a couple of strips of wood and some plasterboard. Ceilings look a little bit ropey, but I'll need to give that another skim. It's actually a bit of a ditch in the bottom of that, that's why it's still not looking so good, but I'll be able to smooth that a little bit. So this is a DIY talent I really would like to quite master. It'd be great when you're decorating, when you take the paper off and you've got a bit of a ropey wall. You could confidently think you can go and grab yourself a bag or two of plaster. I'm here, they're about £6 a bag, £6.50. So if this was a skill you had, and you could take a rough room and in the space of a few hours a day, if you were doing a fairly biggish room, you could end up with perfect walls. That really would be a worthwhile talent. So at some point I might go and do one of these 5-day plastering courses. So I've got my corner beading down here, not done this wall yet. Just done the first little top skim over this. Again, a bit more work to be done on that. What can be a little bit tricky if you do two walls adjacent to each other, so you sort of like you got wet plaster on this wall and then you're also doing the other wall, that can actually get a little bit messy, and I've even seen the professionals saying if you can avoid doing two walls next to each other like that, then you'll be making life a little bit easier for yourself. Probably something the professionals can handle okay, but a bit harder for the amateur. So I definitely see improvements. This isn't something I've done a great deal of over the years, so I have seen a bit of an improvement. So I think it's one of them ones that just practice makes perfect, and obviously as an amateur, if you're only doing a little bit once in a blue moon, then I suppose it's hard to get that constant practice in where you do actually become good at it. But little areas like this I'm pretty confident I can do now and I'd be okay. But if you were talking doing a full bedroom or something, then like sort of it was the whole kitchen. Even though this one I could probably do again, it's a small wall, but no, this wasn't tiled and you were talking about doing the whole kitchen, then I'd be a little bit hesitant, especially a living room or something, because the thing I find the hardest about plastering is how quickly the plaster starts to firm up. It gets to a certain point where you can't spread it out anymore, so speed is definitely one of the key features to plastering. You have to get that on there quickly, because it really does start to firm up in no time at all. So I borrowed my mate's Marshalltown trowel. I've always had these cheap and cheerful ones, like peanuts, but they're not the best of quality. So these Marshalltown ones are what a lot of the professionals use. It's longer than that one, so that definitely helps when it comes to smoothing out, because obviously your trowel's over a larger area, so that helps when it's a bit of a lumpy bumpy wool. So I can definitely feel the difference from using a good quality trowel as opposed to your cheap and cheerful one that you'll probably pay 10 quid for at Screwfix or somewhere. But hopefully this won't turn out too bad. I'll let this firm up to a fair bit today, and then I'll probably do this other wall at some point today, get them all out of the way. Then I've just got to sort out the wiring then to get my fridge over there. I'm just working out the best way to get my wires in, whether to chase out these walls, or I might see if I can feed a bit of a 2.5 cable out. I've got a light cable coming out there, so whether the hole's big enough to squeeze a bit of 2.5 cable out, then I might just drill through the walls and run a bit of cabling outside, trunking outside to the various points, because I want a double socket on that wall for the fridge. socket that's there that's standing out, that's going to need to come down because I'm going to put a single cupboard on that wall. So I'll have a double socket there, sort of normal cupboard height, and then the washing machine's going to be going here, so I'll be running another double socket probably down the bottom. Maybe working off an isolation switch at the top so you don't have to bend down to turn that on and off. So we're getting there slowly but surely. Right, that's it from me. Catch you later. Right, that's another little job done. So hasn't gone too badly, but definitely my plastering skills are definitely not good enough to just paint. That's for sure. I would like to say they are, but I would definitely be lying. It's okay on a little bit of rubbing down. What I'll probably do is just put lining paper on it, so it's sort of good enough for a bit of lining paper. Even normal paper would be okay, you'd get away with it. So it definitely a trial and error. So at some point I might go and do one of them courses. It might be quite interesting to see how much you can improve in the space of 5 days. I know it's something that probably takes years to really master, but if you could just be good enough to do something like that in a day, and it'd be good enough to just slap the paint on with the odd imperfection here and there, I could live with that. Right, 10 boys.